really, 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 really hate myself. You know, you can feel so unbelievably lost and horrible and like you're nothing and you're invisible and for no reason at all, which is almost worse than having a reason.
Storytelling is the act of sharing stories with social and cultural purposes. Every culture evokes their own unique method of telling stories and their own unique ingredients that create the story. The song I Don't Want to Be You Anymore by Billie Eilish, composed in 2017, addresses specific human experiences of self-destruction that can be viewed across an individual or collective experience. This song is mainly referring to the audience of the Generation Z era, filled with technology and social media. As Dr. Jean Twenge states that Generation Z is on the brink of the worst mental health crisis in decades. Eilish is describing in her lyrics how she depicts herself, encompassing the emotions of confusion within herself and the sadness she feels on the day-to-day basis. She is tired of lacking motivation. She is tired of being the same person every day. And she is tired of seeing everyone else around her being so happy and filled with joy and wondering why she isn't. The song first opens up with a slur of notes in a chanting style to draw the listener in, similar to the way Billie Eilish's mime was manipulated away from the so-called norm of society. In the second verse, Eilish sings, "Hands getting cold, losing feelings getting old." By using colloquialism, it allows people who are battling similar circumstances of pain and neglect to relate to these lyrics as a collective. This refers to when your hands go cold and over a long period of time they go numb. Cold is symbolizing the hurt and hatred Eilish is portraying, and by rhyming the expression with old, it represents that Eilish has been dealing with so much pain and self-destruct that her persona has completely gone numb, and she doesn't have the ability to generate feelings towards herself or anyone else anymore. Desperation in her tone manifests itself in her search for explanations, provoking the emotion of confusion and not being able to break out of this unhealthy lifestyle. Below this line, Eilish sings breathlessly, "Was I made from a broken mold?" The rhetorical question makes the reader either empathize for Eilish or put themselves in her shoes, experiencing the thoughts of self-destruction and depression that is being felt. In this lyric, Eilish is referring to when she used to make candles as a child, and if the mold was broken, the candle wouldn't turn out right. However, in this line, she's referring to herself and how she is questioning if she didn't turn out right, creating a metaphorical reference of the broken mold. This lyric is depicting the perception of expectation versus reality upon the individual experience. The words "I don't want to be you anymore" within the song created the title and was transferred into a single word in order to emphasize how the phrase has become so repetitive and meaningless over time. It was written 3 times in the ending verse to display the hatred Eilish feels towards herself. However, she was hinting that she wants to try and improve and become healthier by the exaggerated anymore. The identity of our world is created by individuals themselves and the collective as a whole, and is majorly influenced by literature that is projected within the world to create meaningful stories. I Don't Want to Be You Anymore by Billie Eilish discusses the common occurrence of mental illness and self-hatred and destruct in today's society. Eilish is telling her story of her pain and her suffering to try and tell the collective that they're not alone.
That is something you have to remember when it doesn't feel worth it. Because a lot of it doesn't feel worth it, but then you get to the points that do make it worth it, and it's like, then it all sort of makes sense and it kind of clicks.